everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It is Jen with Hominess Plans, and I am back with another memory spread. For this week, I will be planning out the week of March 6th through March 12th, and I am so excited because this is my first ever time using a kit from ButterCremeStickers. I've recently been going on and on about how much I love this shop. It's a new to me shop, but she's been around for a while. And I just recently discovered her kits and have fallen head over heels in love. This kit is called Victorian Morning. It's in silver foil, and the format of these kits, if you've seen my hauls recently, I've hauled a bunch of her kits, and the format is sheer perfection. Like, you have all kinds of layering elements, midi boxes, fancy boxes, all kinds of fun little like layering shapes, and like you have dainty things. It's just so perfect. Like, and she also offers, she doesn't call it a journaling sheet. She calls it the large deco, but I call it a journaling sheet. I picked up 2 pages of it because I love the elements on it. Her torn washi, or her torn paper strips that she has, is so flawless. Lauren of Plamosh Plan has talked about how when you have like torn paper elements that are like too florally or too busy, it's kind of hard to decorate over top of that or use it in, date covers or sidebars where you want to add more decoration yourself. And it's just so perfect. I could go on and on, but I won't. I want to talk through the base a little bit. So I did pull in a bunch of foiled elements from her as well. The garlands that I use both at the top in the date covers and then down at the bottom washi are both from ButterCremeStickers. She just recently came out with these like washi trims and everything, and she's been coming out with so much like fun, dainty elements in her kits. Fun story though. So you guys saw me lay down the left side of the page. But when I went to go and lay down the right side of the page, for some reason, my inserts, when I took them out of my planner, I had the right side page like upside down. And so I put the date cover area in the washi trim section, and it like turned me all around, and I had to lift everything up and replace it. And I was like, I'm not going to film this. I'll just talk about it. So the base of the spread kind of went by a little bit faster than is normal. I had a lot of fun decorating the sidebar. This is kind of like a neutral, like they're almost a monochromatic kit. Like, you have a lot of pinks and mauves, and the colors don't really switch up very much because the floral is like shaded black and white, which was really different, and I loved it. I don't know, this kit was just so dainty and elegant, and I had so much fun. There were little pops of like orange in the large deco sheets, and I had a lot of fun pulling that in. And I pulled in the little Victorian girl in the sidebar, and just everything about the base of the spread I was obsessed with. I've been using the actual date covers that have been coming with the kits, and I've been having so much fun because in newer formats now, shop owners are sizing down their date covers to where you can actually add your date cover deco and still have room. Anyways, I could go on and on about like how obsessed I was with this kit, but let's get into the day today. So starting off on Monday, I went to the gym with my best friend. It's something that I do pretty much every morning, or I try to anyways. Sometimes we don't get to the gym in the morning and we end up having to go in the evenings, but whatever, you guys don't care about that. To mark going to the gym, I did pull in one of those squared lace midi boxes, layered it with one of the swatches that came with the large deco sheet. I've been really obsessed with pulling in dot clusters. It's probably one of my favorite foiled elements because it doesn't have a season. You can literally pull in a dot cluster any season. I love like seasonal foil. That's one of my favorite things whenever shops come out with their seasonal foil for like holidays and stuff like that. But you just can't go wrong with a good dot cluster because it's seasonless. It's timeless. So I marked that I cleaned my house on this day, and I pulled in one of the swatch boxes that came with the kit, layered it with some of the florals. Okay, so what I will say about the florals, there weren't like floral bouquets, there were just floral trims. So I did have to get creative with my layering of the florals. That's why I was so happy that there were so many layering elements. Like, I think especially someone like me who loves utilizing florals, and I use an overabundance of florals in my spreads, I rely really heavily on having a bunch of variety of different shapes and florals. And I made a goal with myself last year that I wanted to get more creative with the way that I plan. I felt like I fell into kind of a rut. I was doing the same thing. My spreads were looking like the same over and over. And I wanted to get a little bit more creative with how I laid things down. So when I saw that this kit had only floral trims, at first I was like, oh, I don't know, but I wanted to challenge myself, and I'm so glad that I did, because I love some of the layering that I did. Like jumping down, I marked prepping my makeup bag on Monday, and I pulled in one of the mini Polaroid boxes that came with the kit. I talked about it in my haul. She had like 4 different Polaroid boxes. They were like small enough to where you could fit them in the columns and you can still layer. And I had so much fun. I layered the little Polaroid with a swatch that came with the kit. I did pull in some of the florals, but I accented it like with more foiled dots and everything. And I kind of pushed myself to not rely so heavily on florals in this. And I gotta say, I love what I created. Not to like pat, I don't know, it makes me sound like I'm talking really highly of myself, but I was pretty proud of myself. Anyways, okay, we are fully into Tuesday now, so I capped off Monday and I just watched TV with my hubby, and I just marked that with a quarter box from the kit, layered it with a floral trim, pulled in a bunch of foiled dot elements, and then the TV icon is from Crafts by Towie. Okay, on Tuesday, I was really excited. So I marked on Monday that I had to prep my makeup bag because I was working on another shoot. I had to go out of town to work on another shoot. If you're new here, I am a makeup artist. I work on film sets and I love what I do. I've just recently kind of gotten much more busy with my makeup artistry, and I was really excited because this was a shoot. It wasn't a movie shoot. It was filming modules for a therapist who is selling some of his lectures online. Anyways, I was the makeup artist for that. It was a 3-day shoot, and I was so excited. This was day 1, and I'm marking that here. I marked set day 1, and I love the way that I marked that. I pulled in some florals, layered it right underneath that full box. That is one of the smaller swatch boxes that came with the kit. And these little slates, those are actually from the Glitter Mama, and I've had those in my collection for quite some time, which I'm really happy that I've had them, because it's a fun way to mark, especially now, like whenever I go and do movie shoots and everything. But I love what I did here. I added one of the date dots that came with the kit into the center of that slate to mark like day 1 on set. And I did that for all of the days that I was on set, which was a lot of fun. To finish off Tuesday, we had Mediterranean food for lunch, and I had to mark that because I've never had Mediterranean food before, and it was so good. Obviously, the people on set, whenever you're working on set, you get craft services and you get catering brought in to the set, so that way you can just stay focused on what you're doing. And they ordered in Mediterranean, which was so stinking good, so I had to mark that in my planner. I did mark that I went to the gym on this night, which I was a go-getter, because I had my day started, the shoot day started at 7 in the morning, and set was like an hour and a half away from my house, so I had to get up at like 4:30 in the morning to get ready and be to set on time. So I was like, I got back at like 8 o'clock at night. I was exhausted. I can't believe I actually went to the gym on this night. I was like, what is wrong with me? But I did, and you know, you could either look at me and go, you're crazy, you should have gone home and gone to bed, or you can say, good job, Jen, stick to your goals. Okay. On Wednesday, I marked getting up early, and I marked that the same as going to the gym on Monday with the small lace box. I layered it with another swatch that came with the kit, pulled in another one of those mini layered garlands from Sadie Stickers, absolutely one of my favorites, pulled in a bunch of dot clusters from Sadie Stickers, and then the little slippers are from Wachter Stationery. I will say, on this day, I had a terribly bad migraine, and that's probably because I overdid it the day before. I can always tell whenever it's going to be a migraine day if I go to sleep and I start feeling that dull pain in my head, which that's what happened the night before. I overdid it and I woke up with a bad migraine, and it was a migraine that like lasted all day. So to mark the bad migraine, I pulled in another quarter box from the kit, layered it with a dot divider that's from ButterCremeStickers, pulled in some more florals, and then the cute little medicine bottle is from Crafts by Towie. I marked set day 2 the same way as I marked it a set day 1 with that miniature swatch box, some florals, and then the slate from the Glitter Mama. On this day, I marked that we had some Indian food, and I decided to, mark it like what food we had on this day, just because they were different kinds of food, which, it's food that I hadn't gotten to try before, which was really cool. So to mark that, I pulled in the lace midi box, layered it with some florals, and then the utensils icon is from White Deer Stationery. Then I marked that I just relaxed at home because my head was still kind of hurting, so I just pulled in some florals and the little house icon from White Deer Stationery. And then I really like how I marked doing laundry because I pulled in that little bralette from Crafts by Towie. I've never pulled that in before to mark doing laundry, but I just thought it was super cute and I wanted to use it. So that's how I capped off Wednesday. Okay, so on Thursday, this was my last day on set. So I'm marking getting up early, and I kind of switched off between how I marked getting up early or going to the gym with one of those miniature fancy boxes that came with the kit, layered it with some florals, obviously pulled in some more garlands from Sadie Stickers. The little slippers icon is from Crafts by Towie. I love that icon so much. It's so adorable. Any icon that like is slippers or like comfy clothes related, I'm obsessed with. I'm absolutely obsessed with. So I had to pull that in. Oh, all of the flourishes that I pulled in, those are from a sampler from the shop Pink Polka Dot Lily. I have a bad habit of forgetting where. Also, if you hear my phone buzzing, I'm really sorry. So rude. Those flourishes are from Pink Polka Dot Lily. It's from a sampler. I wish I had like a full sheet of these little fancy flourishes. I don't. I have to go to her shop and probably pick some up. But these are just, they were in my collection, and I'm trying to use my collection. I marked that we had Mexican food for lunch on this day on set. I marked that this was the final day on set, so I pulled in one of those swatch labels from the kit, some florals, and then the little slate icon is from the Glitter Mama. I marked that I loaded up my makeup on this day because this was the last day on set and it was time for me to get ready to go home. So I marked that the same way as I marked prepping my makeup bag with one of those adorable miniature Polaroids, layered it with a swatch, pulled in some dot clusters and a garland from Sadie Stickers, and then the eyeshadow palette icon is from White Deer Stationery. And then I love the way I marked driving home. I layered the bottom of the column with some florals from the kit, pulled in the little car icon from Crafts by Towie, and then the lace circle is one of the boxes that just comes. I did not pull in any extra boxes. I'm just now noticing I used all of the boxes that came with this kit, which should show you the variety of like layering options you have in her kits. Like I was so happy, and I had so many leftovers. You'll see at the end like how many leftovers I had for this kit, but I was so happy that I had so many different options for layering in this spread. Okay, so on Friday, I marked that I slept in. I actually had a day off, which was really good because this was a very busy week. So to mark sleeping in, I pulled in a midi box that came with the kit. Layered it with some swatches. I love that. I love doing that. I love layering midi boxes with like swatches and florals and everything. I just feel like that is a really fun way to layer things. I pulled in another one of those mini garlands from Sadie Stickers. The icon is from Crafts by Towie, one of my absolute favorite ways to mark sleeping in. I love the little lashes on the pillow and the little sleep mask. I think it's adorable. I pulled in another one of those fancy flourishes. That's again from that same sampler from Pink Polka Dot Lily. The next thing I marked is that I just kind of hung out at home. It was a lazy day. It was my like first day off in several days. So to mark that, I pulled in some florals from the kit. The little house icon is from White Deer Stationery. I marked that I went to the gym. I probably went to the gym by myself because I didn't go in the morning. And generally my friend, she has kids, so she can't go later in the day because she has children. So to mark going to the gym, I pulled in some florals and I layered that icon from Crafts by Towie over top of that. Then I marked that I just watched some TV with my hubby. I've mentioned this before. It's one of our favorite things to do. It's one of our favorite ways to spend time together, is just hanging out and watching TV together, whether that be movies or, you know, random things on YouTube. It's just one of our favorite ways to hang out. So to mark that, I pulled in one of these scallop circles that came with the kit, layered it with some florals and some foiled bits and pieces from Honey Inked and also Sadie stickers. And the little Roku remote is from White Deer Stationery, which is absolutely adorable. I love that icon so much. I marked that I edited some planner stuff. So to mark that, I pulled in a quarter box from the kit, layered it with some more florals, obviously. And then the icon is some Crafts by Towie. And then to cap off Friday, I just marked that I cleaned the kitchen. And yeah, I pulled in another icon from White Deer Stationery. I pulled in, you know, I probably could have pulled in just White Deer Stationery icons because the colorways match so perfectly, but I feel that might have been like a little too soft. Like this spread is already very soft, and I love the soft like tones to it. Which is why I loved pulling in some of these icons from White Deer Stationery, but I did want to break it up with some foiling as well, just to give it a little bit of oomph and a little bit of zhuzh. So I could have made this an all White Deer Stationery icons spread, but I just can't get away from adding that extra pop of foil. Okay. So on this day, now I kind of talked about this in a spread, like I want to say a week or so ago. I had to do an airbrush event on this day, and it was down by NASA. We live like an hour and a half away from NASA and everything. And the event company that I work for, we do events for like the Space Center Houston and things like that. And I was going to go and do airbrush tattoos for Space Center Houston. There was like an event that they were doing like for spring break, and it was outside. It was going to be like an 8-hour event and everything. And long story short, I hurt my back on this day. Since we were outside, there were these, outdoor like trailer style restrooms, like not exactly porta potties, but it's like you didn't go inside. Anyways, they were air conditioned and everything. There were steps that you had to use to get up to these restrooms. And I was about to take my break. I was going to go on lunch break, and I went to go and wash the paint off of my hands in these like, you know, little trailer bathrooms. And when I go in there, I load up my hands with soap, and I'm scrubbing the paint off because I was going to go get lunch. I didn't want to have paint all over my hands. So I load up my hands with soap, and I'm scrubbing, and I go to like rinse off the soap with the water, and the water had been like shut off to these trailer bathrooms. And I was like, oh no. So I go to leave, and because there were two restrooms like side by side, and I go to leave to go into the second one to see, okay, is the water turned on in there? No, the water was not in there either. So I was like, okay, I need to go tell somebody. But I still had, now keep in mind, I still had soap on my hands. Okay, that's where this story is going. I had soap on my hands, and I went to go and find a coordinator to tell them, hey, the water is not connected to the bathrooms. Well, I missed a step coming down, and I lost my footing, and I went to grab the railing, but my hands were slippery because of the soap, and so I just slid down, and I hit my lower back on the right hand side on these metal stairs. And at first it was like, you know, you have that, when you fall, you have that like rush of adrenaline, or oh gosh, no one saw that, right? I'm good. And like someone saw me fall, they're like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. And I went to go sit in my car, and the more that I like sat there, the more it started to hurt. And when I got back up to go back after my lunch break, and I sat down in the hard chair that I was sitting on to do airbrush tattoos, I was like, oh no, I really hurt my back. This is not good. Like my lower back was like killing me. It was awful. And I had to sit in that chair for another 3 hours. So when I got home, because I called my husband right afterwards. He was like, oh my gosh, what do you need? And I was like, I don't know. And so when I got home, I was like, I need a really hot bath. And God bless my husband. I don't deserve this man, I swear. He was so sweet. He literally made me like a boiling hot, like literally this man boiled water for me, because I was like, I need it to be hot, like surface of the sun hot. I just need heat on my back. So he like literally boiled water, and he had like muscle relaxing bath salts, and we had this like bubble bath that was like a muscle relaxing like Epsom salt thing, and he brought in candles, and he had my laptop in there so I could like watch TV and just relax in this really hot bath. Like it was heaven on earth, and that was like the best thing that could have happened. Like it was a crappy situation, but like my husband was so sweet, and it was literally lemons out of lemonade, or lemonade out of lemons. Anyways, I talked all through Saturday and Sunday, but if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. Those were all the leftovers I had for this kit. It was absolutely beautiful. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jen. I do planner things. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope everybody is staying safe and staying well, and hopefully I will see everybody in the next one. Yeah, bye guys.